This is Braille TV with the audio description for the accessibility assessment of the Armidale Police Station. This assessment was performed in 2021 by Steve and Jeff. Steve, using an electric wheelchair, enters the police station through the automatic doors. Directly in front of him are a flight of stairs. To the left of the stairs is a lift. The controls are on the right of the door, a metre off the floor. There is a protruding button. Directly below that is the call button for the lift. To the left of the protruding button is the round assist button about the size of a pea. Having unlocked the glass door, which is about a metre high, Steve manually opens the door towards himself and enters the lift. The support worker tries to join Steve, but there's not enough room, so he leaves.
I don't think I'm going to fit in there with him.
Steve twists around behind his chair and manually closes the door. There are two buttons located on the console mounted on the right-hand panel. There is an emergency phone also mounted on the panel lower down. Steve presses and holds the top button to go up. As the lift reaches the top, the sounds stop. Steve takes his finger off the button and a click indicates the door is unlocked. Steve pushes open the door and leaves the lift. Steve approaches the lift door from the top floor to descend to the ground floor. He struggles to open the lift, looking for more information before finally pressing the correct button and pulling on the door.
Press the
It hinges to the left and Steve reverses his chair as he pulls it open. After entering the lift, Steve's chair hits the glass panel on the side as he manoeuvres himself and his chair around to close the door behind him.
I have to press the button.
Did the other way down?
No, I have to press the door, the gate button to go down. I had to press the button to open the door so I could get in here.
To make the lift descend, Steve has to press and hold the down button located on the control panel, roughly a metre off the floor on the left-hand side of the lift. As the lift descends very slowly, it makes rattling and creaking noises. The video speeds up briefly until the lift reaches the ground floor. A loud clunk signals that the lift has reached its destination. The door has automatically unlocked and Steve moves his chair forward, using his foot plates to open the door. He exits the lift.
What about upstairs?
Upstairs it was alright.
I see you been up and back already.
Yep.
Okay.
It was slower coming down than going up.
So when it come down to the bottom, did you know it was all the way down, or did you have to hit the button again?
No. When it was all the way down, it just it went slow. For the last 150 mil, it went pretty quickly. And then I think it made a noise. Is that right, Shane?
Yeah.
And that was it, let me know I was there. But I just pushed the door on the side to get out.
Do we?
I don't think, being realistically with the chair and me in there, I don't think it would take, because there's about 200, there's over 200 kilos with us two. It's just medium.
So is there a weight limit there?
300 kilos. Maximum. 300 kilo weight.
Okay. So when you got to the top, did you know you were all the way up to the top?
Yes, it stopped. I had my finger on the button all the way up, and the same with all the way down. And it stopped moving. I had to keep the finger on the button all the time.
How did you find that? Was it hard or?
It was hard coming down because it took so long. It was slow. Going up, it went probably twice the speed.
Okay. So did you get out, actually get out the other way when you got to the top, turn around, come back down? Or did you
I
just
went
go-
in forward. I went in forward, and I come out forward.
Okay.
Well, I never go into the little confined spaces.
So how would you rate that overall?
For somebody with weak shoulders and limited hand capacity, I think it'd be hard coming down to control the button, to keep the button pushed in all the time. That's the only thing I found it with it. It was really hard.
So if someone in a chair like yours or a gopher, that's what, and a carer, that,
300 kilos, you'd have to be looking at the weight, especially, I don't know what the weight of this chair is. I think it's about, the other one was 138, I think. I don't know what the weight of this chair is, and myself. So they've got a limit there to specify 300 kilos. You wouldn't want to be going too long on a bad day, holding it in, coming back down.
so the reason behind you grabbing the door and closing it wasn't an issue?
No, I reached around, I just had to...
It seemed hard though, like when you were coming down to grab the door though.
Coming down, once I got the hang of it and realised which way it was hinged, I was trying to open it up on the hinge side rather than the other side.
Did you see the accessible toilet up there?
Yes, it's right near the lift. It's on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Somebody with limited hand movement would have trouble holding the actual button in.
There wasn't much room, like when you went in, I didn't go up, there's not much room lengthwise. Like, you know, you could stand to the side, but a long scooter, I reckon you'd struggle to fit in there.
So slow, coming down, take my hand from the button and rest it.
I'm just going to have a rough guess that
Steve re-enters the lift.
I don't know how far it is, much of the gap there is.
So when you first went in, was there a little, because when I first went in, I tripped up at a little lip going into the lift. Is there a lift there?
Indicates a 4 centimetre gap between the floor and the lift.
Yeah, there's a gap between where the tiles end and the lift starts. I reckon you'd struggle with Dad's long gopher, you know, his smaller one, that's a medium size because of the length of it.
Okay. Well, that's it, thank you.
This is the assessment for people who are blind or vision impaired. Jeff, who is blind, uses a long cane, walks through the doors to the lift.
Door.
The lift button is on the wall to the left of the stairs.
Button to make sure the elevator's down. Just beside that button to the left is a little other buttons. About as round as a pencil. That's the call button if you need assistance.
Jeff pulls open the lift door to the left of the lift button and enters, manually closing the door behind. He reaches for the lift console, mounted at waist height on the right wall. He presses and holds the top button to make the lift go up.
Yeah, so this lift, you have to hold still in the button all the way up. For people who are limited mobility and upper body strength is limited, you're going to find it really difficult to use this lift. needs to be automatic doors, and there needs to be an audible signal when you press the top button. There.
Jeff manually opens the door and exits the lift, closing the door behind him. He turns to the right and walks straight ahead on the hazard tiles. The stairs down are to his right, and a wooden bench seat with steel legs to the left. Jeff reaches the service counter. This is where you can talk to the police. Jeff turns around to face the camera.
Okay, so people are blind or vision impaired. If they get to the top of the stairs, turn to about 11 o'clock, walk straight ahead, you'll find the counter. And the same, when you leave, go to the top of the stairs.
Leaving with his back to the counter, Jeff walks straight ahead and finds the steel frame wooden bench seats with his cane. He walks his way along to the left until he encounters the hazard tiles, then dog legs to the right. Straight ahead is the accessible toilet door. Mounted on the wall to the left of the door is the lift call button at elbow height, with the same system as the ground floor. Turning further to the left is the door to the lift. Jeff presses the call button. As the lift is already at the first floor, this unlocks the lift door. There is no assist button as you're already on the same floor as the service counter. He manually opens the door and enters the lift.
When you reach the first floor, as soon as you come out the door, immediately to your left is the accessible toilets. So we'll just go down.
Jeff manually closes the door and reaches the lift controls mounted on the left-hand side at waist height. He presses and holds the bottom button, lowering the lift. The video fast forwards as the lift slowly descends, indicating the passage of time. The lift reaches the ground floor with a clunk, unlocking the door. Jeff manually opens the door and exits the lift, closing the door behind him.
Okay, so people are blind or vision impaired. If you come in the front door, you hug the left-hand side of the door, walk straight in, you'll get to the lift. It's manual door, so you'll need to open the door. If you can't open, you'll need to pull the lift button, which is below a large protruding button. If that doesn't work, where the lift button is to the left of that, there's another small button. It's about as round as a pencil. Press that, someone from the police will come down and give you some assistance. Once you're inside the lift, again, you'll have to close the door behind yourself, and you need to hold the button all the way up. And for people with limited mobility or poor upper body strength, it's going to be it's going to be extremely hard for you to do it. This lift has a capacity of 300 kilos, so you take the weight of your chair, plus yourself, plus a carer, if they can fit, which in some cases they won't be able to get in. 300 kilo weight limit, it's not enough. It's incredibly slow up, and it's even slower coming down. On the way down, you'll need, on the left-hand side, once you face the door, on the wall to your right, there's another protruding button, and underneath that is the call button for the lift. Again, you'll need to manually open the door up the top and close it, then hold the button in all the way down. The lift is better than nothing, but for people who have high needs, limited mobility, I wouldn't advise coming down by yourself. It's just not that. I would give it a 4 out of 10. for accessibility. But if you can manage the stairs, there's a flight of stairs as well. Alright, so on the way out, just go straight out the lift door, close it behind you and walk straight out. If the automatic doors, you'll hear them open. So you can walk straight out and then we'll do. Okay, that's it for that.
Closing credits. Produced by Jeff Parker. Special thanks Steve. Technical, Chris and Shane. Special thanks Armidale Police, New South Wales. Braille TV 2021.